Hi guys, and welcome to Dee's Meet Your World. Today we're doing something a little different. I hope you guys are having a good week, because today I'm doing my first ever, and who knows how often I'll actually do these, book haul. So this past week I bought about 5 books, I believe, so I will be sharing, and I'm probably buying another one soon, but I'm going to share some of the books I bought with you. They're all different, and I'm curious what you guys think of them. So I'm just rich in the bag. See what's the first thing that comes out. Oh, the first thing I bought is not this book, but this is one of the books I bought for a book haul this month was Americana, and it's a book by Chimamanda. I'm not even going to bother saying her name. I'm going to butcher it, but it's an African writer, and she has basically made this book, and it's a national bestseller book, and I'm curious about it. It's about a love story, but where I think these two African people in Nigeria, through some type of circumstances, end up in the States and actually have to deal with being, I guess, black in the United States. And it's also like a tragic love story or something along those lines. So I'm really curious about that. Many people are buying this book, and I've heard some reviews about it, so I had to check it out for myself. The price is only $15.95 if you don't have a discount or anything, so which is pretty good. This book is, see, it's almost 600 pages. Oh my goodness. 588 pages without the acknowledgments. Well, this is a good read, I bet. Then, like, you're gonna be sitting here absorbing this. Hopefully, it's as good as other people say. If I do finish it, I will do I do want to do a review on this book. I've heard a lot of great things. So that's my first book from the book haul. What else we got? Oh, this book. Oh my gosh. Cool Japan Guide, and it's kind of like a comic book, actually, guys. I saw it a couple weeks ago, and I thought it was so cute. It's by Abby Denson, and it's a book about it's basically this girl who she loves going to Japan, has been going for many years, and then decided to do sort of like an illustration of her, of kind of a guide in a way. So like the first chapter is like, you know, booking your flight, how long the flight's gonna be. This is the introduction. Well, here's some of the pages. How long the flight's gonna be, what you need to pack, when you should go, all that kind of stuff in the first chapter. Then like the second chapter is like when you get there, yeah, we have arrived, and like the foods. And Japan is a great country to start off something like this for America, or just for this side of the world, because it's so different from American culture. Like, you're gonna go there, and the types of foods, the technology is different. Even there's even like a little part where she does about food, but she does about like the toilets in Japanese culture in terms of like the house. You know, we all know about the taking your shoes off, but I learned from this book, you know, that in some Japanese homes, I don't know if it's all of them, that they'll take a shower and then they'll take a bath and everything, and everyone will share the same bath water. So they'll go take a shower first, make sure they're clean, and then everyone will, you know, they'll soak in the bath. Not at the same time, but if I say go to Japan and I live in a family, I would take a shower, soak in bath water, not drain the water, and then the next family member will do the same thing, whatever. So I learned that. I learned a lot extra from this book. I haven't finished it, but I've read like a good chunk of it. It's very cute. It's so cute. Its animation is very simple, but it gets the point across. I mean, she is a cartoonist, I think. It's a great start to it. I wish she had done, if I were her, I would have definitely had a series of this for different countries. So I would have done one for just coming to the States. Like, so she's been in Japan. She knows exactly what that's like, how different it is from culture. She could do the opposite and then like have it translated into Japanese. She could do one for South American countries. She doesn't even have to do it herself. She could get other people from other countries, or people who love to visit certain countries, and do books like this. Like, if you look at Lonely Planet books, because I read a lot of travel books, those people who write the books, the authors, not a lot of them aren't from those countries. They're American, European people, whatever, who will go there, and then because you can really talk about something if you go and visit. You can tell the differences. You can say, this is what this country has to offer. Like, I live in, where I live, you know, I can't really speak about it the same way someone else might who comes and visits, because the things that are everyday to me may be totally new to them. So it kind of is a culture shock sort of thing. That's why this book, and she should expand upon it. One about Germany or something. One about a South, like get someone from who loves to visit an African country to do a book like this, and for Americans to read and translate it to other languages. It'd be genius. I don't know why she hasn't done that. Here's like a map she did of I guess the islands around Japan, or a map of Japan. It's really cool. Like this difference, it's genius. If she thought about doing that, I don't know what her day job is, what she does on a regular basis, but surely she could pull that off if she can do this. But it's a really cute book. It's $14.95 without a discount or anything like that. You probably can get it a little cheaper on Amazon. I think it's just a great book to have, even if you are in love with Japan or not. It doesn't really matter. But the idea of like this cute little comic book, because like travel books are good and all, but sometimes they can be a little dry and don't have enough pictures. This whole thing is pictures. I don't know if you guys feel this way, but when it comes to travel books, I always feel that travel books are sort of meant to sell the country, sell the culture to people so they'll want to come. Like travel books are supposed to be kind of written for people who are already planning on going or already there, and it's like, okay, those are good too. Don't get me wrong. But when I read travel books, I'm kind of reading it to see why should I go there over going there? Why should I go to Japan over going to China? Why should I go to Japan over going to Taiwan? And this book is really good at showing you the differences. And even reasons just to visit and leave the country. I think it's really cute, basically. I think it's a great idea. If I could draw, I can't draw at all. If I could draw, I would definitely do something like this. So moving on, my next book I have is actually kind of a dictionary. It's called Movie Speak, How to Talk Like You're on a Film Set. So I am obviously, I do my YouTube channel. I am somewhat involved in the film industry and trying to get into the film industry. So I bought this book, and there's another book that's similar to this I'll show you guys, that to sort of get an idea of some of the phrases I might hear on set when I work on set. There are all kinds of stuff, like things that it's almost like its own language at times. I'll read you like one or two definitions. One that was interesting. So like an Abbey singer means, or the Abbey singer means the second to last shot of the day. So in a way, it's supposed to be a way of saying, long story short, when someone says the Abbey singer or Abbey singer, that means it's the last shot, second to last shot of the day. People are getting prepared to leave, getting prepared for the next shot. Things are about to celebrate, stuff like that. Let's see another one. The hair in the gate. I didn't read this one. So the hair in the gate means the discovery of a problem as a result of checking the gate, which I think was cleaning the lenses and cleaning the camera. Interesting. Okay. Like there's all kinds of stuff like that. I was just reading through it last night. It's kind of amusing. Let's see. What else? What's one more? So soup. It means the chemical bath used to develop the film at the lab. Like there's all these these English words, but they're used to describe totally different things. So it's an interesting, cute book. It's only regularly priced. It's $8.95 in the United States. It's cute. It's 208 no, a little more than that, 215 pages, with all these movie sneaks. It's copyright, I think, is 2008. So I don't think I don't know if this is outdated or not, but it seems like there's no second edition. This is the only one, by Tony Bill. So, yep, I like it. I think it's really cute. The next book I have is similar in terms of theme, which is the Ultimate Production Assistant Guide, Getting It Done, by Joshua Friedman. This is also a book about if you want to be in the film industry, if you want to, because production assistant is kind of how you have to start off, and it's a lot of work. So this book is sort of giving you an idea, just kind of like what you have to do, what a production assistant is. If you don't know what a production assistant is, they're kind of they're considered the most important people on set, but not really, because they don't get the credit. They do a lot of work. They do the most work. They run around, they do things. They sometimes pick up the talent, take the talent to the shoot, bring the food, bring up the, help with it, maybe set up some things. Like they kind of do a little bit of everything. And so this book is sort of helping you, learn the things you might have to do on set. So it could be almost anything can happen. The hierarchy of production department, all kinds of stuff. I haven't read it all the way through. I don't know if I'll do a review on it if I read it all the way, but either way, it's a good solid book. It was one of the I was looking for this kind of book. This was pretty much the only one I thought would be a good choice. If you look on Amazon and stuff, and it's actually one of the more expensive books, I think. Ironically, even though it's kind of small, it's $20, so it's $21. Um, but yeah, I like this book so far. It's supposed to be a good guide for production assistant, so we'll see. And the last book I have has nothing to do with any of the stuff that I've brought up, and it's actually Watchmen. um, Watchmen, yeah, I've read this book before, but I didn't own it. I borrowed it from a friend of a friend who let me read it the same year the movie came out. I want to say that was 2008, 2009 or something like that. I was in high school, and and I read it and I really liked it, and we saw the movie, whatever. And it's it's a graphic novel. It's not I don't think comic book is an appropriate term. It's a graphic novel. It's a whole story in one, but it's all pictures. It's like if Batman had a full story in a book instead of it being read volume 1, then read volume 2, then read volume 3. No, it's a full story. I'm on this page. I'm rereading it. I'm not far. But what I love about it, and just rereading it, is that there's so many details in each panel. Like, this is Dr. Manhattan, but like it's not lazy at all. It must have taken them forever to illustrate this book, and obviously it paid off because I think it's considered the greatest. Let's see, it says one of the Time magazine's 100 best English language novels since 1923. Over 2 million copies in print. I think it's also considered the best graphic novel because I'm not too familiar with the novel. I'm not too familiar with that, like what other graphic novels are like this. But yeah, it's basically a full story, start to finish. You don't have to get another book. You don't have to have. There's no context. You don't have to already know stuff about it to read it. It's just like a book, like Americana. It's a book. I don't have to read there's no sequel. There is before Watchmen though, but that was written after this. Obviously, it's kind of like a prequel. Oh, if you want to know what the characters were doing, what they were like before they were in Watchmen, read that. But you don't have to read that first. In fact, I think you're supposed to read this first, and stuff. And I started rereading it, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm really not far. I'm only in chapter 2. I've been doing other things, but yeah, this book. It's fun to reread something like this because you're going to notice things you didn't notice the first time. It's kind of like I'm rereading Game of Thrones, which I might do a review on if I ever finish the book. Well, I never read Game of Thrones, excuse me. I'm reading Game of Thrones, but I've already watched, I'm all caught up on the show and everything. I've seen seasons, I'm on season 5 like everybody else, but I never read the book. And I'm in the middle of book 1, and I'm noticing things, that I didn't notice in the book, and how important certain details, in the show, how much certain details are important rereading. I'm like, oh, I didn't notice that because I was focusing so much on what this character is doing. That's kind of what's the great thing about rereading something. This is the only book out of my haul that I've actually, this is a reread. Everything else here is new. I haven't read those yet. So yeah, that's kind of my book haul. I don't really plan on I don't buy books a lot, so it would be kind of fun. It was just fun to show you guys what I've gotten this week. And I believe that's it, guys. So, and Watchmen is by Alan Moore if you want to look it up. You should be able to find Watchmen pretty easily. And that's pretty much it, guys. So I will see you later. Bye.